on this problem, we are going to construct a frequency distribution and a percentage distribution with class intervals. So we're looking at the homework from chapters 1 and 2, and let's read the problem. It says the table below contains data about the cost of electricity during a recent month for a random sample of 31 bedroom apartments in a large city. Complete parts A through C below. So the first one says construct a frequency distribution and a percentage distribution that have class intervals with the upper class boundaries $99, 119, and so on. So first they're asking us to construct a frequency distribution. Okay, for this problem we are going to use Excel. Okay, so first thing we do, we click in here and we're gonna copy it to clipboard. We do a right click, copy. Let's close this because we no longer need it, and let me open Excel. Here is Excel, so we're gonna open a blank workbook and we are going to put it here. Okay, all right, here. Okay, so on the first cell, I'm going to type data. So I know what my data is, and then I am going to paste it. So to Control U to paste, and now I have my data here. Now that I do have my data, I'm going to click on this one here, or I can click on this one here where it says data, and I'm going to go data here, and now I need to filter this data. So where it says sort and filter, I click in here and I want to filter it. And now I can sort it, and I want to sort it ascending going down. All right, now I have my data sorted from lowest to highest. Okay, so now we need to do the frequency. So the first one, it says 80 but less than 100. Okay, and the second one is 100 but less than 120, 120 but less than 140, and then we have 140 but less than 160. We have 160 but less than 180. Then we have 180 but less than 200, and 200 but less than 220. Okay, so let's figure this out. We need to figure out the frequency here. All right, so 80 but less than, this is supposed to be 100. Okay, 80 but less than 100, we have 3. So our frequency is going to be 3 because we have 3 observations, right? And then we have 100 but less than 120, so we highlight everything here up to 115, and Excel tells us how many cells we have highlighted. In this case it's 5, so I need to count them. I can see they're just 5. 120 but less than 140, so we're gonna grab 3 here, and Excel is telling us that we have 5, so we just click 5 in there. And 140 but less than 160, so we're gonna go here all the way to here, and Excel is telling us we have 6, so we click 6. And 160 but less than 180, so we have here 160 but less than 180. We have 7 observations, so we type 7. Okay, and then 180 but less than 200, so we have 3. We have 3 here, and finally we have 200 but less than 220. We only have 1 observation. And to make sure I didn't make any mistake, I'm gonna type equals, and I'm gonna sum up all my observation, and I should have 30, and 30 I do have. So going back in here, right, we have 31 bedrooms, so here is 30, so I capture all of this. So now that I have that, I just need to type those numbers in here. So we have 3, 5, 5, 6, 7, 3, and 1. All right, and looks like it's good. Awesome. Okay, so now we need to do a percentage distribution. So to do a percentage, I'm just gonna type in here percentage, sorry about that. And my percentage is going to equal my frequency divided by my total multiplied by 100. Couple of things I need to do before I hit enter. I need to open the parentheses to make sure that Excel knows that I'm doing the division first and then the multiplication second. Also, my 30 needs to be fixed, so the number does not need to change. So I'm going to use the dollar sign in here and the dollar sign in there. Now I'm telling Excel the data from cell F9 is to be stay there and doesn't need to move. So here my percentage is 10, and I'll do is grab this corner, drop it down, and now I do have all my percentages. To clear this up, because it says in here round to 2 decimal places, so I'm gonna go to home, and I am going to, come on, I need to do 2 decimal places here. All right, okay, I got my 2 decimal places, and now I can type that data here. So I got 10, I got 16.67, I got 16.67, I got 20, I got 23.33, I got 10 and 3.33. And that seems about right. So let me check my answer. And something is incorrect. Let's take a look at it. And it's this one here because I typed one extra number. So let me correct this. This should be 60.67. So that 3 is too much in there. All right, check my answer again, and I'm good now. Now we need to construct a cumulative percentage distribution. Basically what this is saying is you want to accumulate what you have. So if the cost is 80, 100, and all the way up to 220. All right. So on this case, I know I don't have anything less than 100. So I don't have anything less than 80. So anything less than 80 is 0. Okay, so I'm going to type in here less than, so I know what we're looking for. Okay, do we have anything less than 100? Yes, we have 3 of them, right? Do we have anything less than 120? And we have 8 of them. As you guys can see here, I know I don't have any data on cell 1, so I can just ignore 1 and cell 10, so that gives me a cell. So I don't need to use, I could use Excel and go like this, and Excel will tell me I do have 8, but on this case, because I'm on cell number 10, I know that I have 8 of them because 1 doesn't have any data. So I'm just going to type 8 without using Excel. And then less than 140, we have 13. Okay, less than 160, we have 19. I'm sorry, 18. No, 19, sorry. Let's double check here. What is it, 160, right? So we do have 19, okay. Less than 180, we have 26, again, because we are on cell 27, and the one does, and we subtract the first one, so that gives us 26. And then less than 200, we have 29 of them, right? Because there is only one above 200, and we do have 30 observations, and there is nothing above 220, so this is 0. Okay, once again, we need to convert this into percentages, and we're going to type in here frequency again, and this is percentage, and my percentage is going to equals 0 times my totals, and divided by 100. I'm sorry, is my frequency divided by my total. And don't forget the parentheses at the beginning and also the dollar sign, so that way Excel knows that the information on the data is not changing. And all I gotta do is grab this corner, drop it down, and now I got my percentages here. Okay, so less than $80 we have 0, less than 100 we have 10%, less than 120 we have 26.67%, and less than 140 we have 43.33%, 63.33%, 86.67, 96.67%, and finally we don't have anything. Oh, actually less than, hold on a second here. Less than indicated amount, percentage, less than indicated amount. Actually, this should be 100%, right? Why is this? Oh, this one here, this should be 100 here because everything is less than 220, right? All right, let's check the answer, and everything looks good. All right, so number C says around what amount does the monthly electricity cost seems to be concentrated, right? So basically they're saying between 100 and 160. Okay, so it's giving us some data here, trying to figure out where most of our data is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna type in here 100 and 160. And then we have 80 and 140. Oops. 80 and 140. And it says 160 and 220. And 120 and 180. Finally 140 and 200. So basically what it's saying here is where is most of our bill concentrated in. So we need to find out what data is on these ranges. So between 100 and 160. So I'm just going to highlight anything between 100 and 160, and it's all of this data here, and Excel is telling me 16. So I have 16 observations here. Now between 80 and 140, so anything between 80 and 140, I do have 13 observations, so I type 13. Between 160 and 220, so here is 160 and 220, is 11 observations. Okay, between 120 and 180, so I'm going to highlight anything between 120 and 180, and I get 18 observations. All right, and finally between 140 and 200, so I'm going to highlight anything between 140 and 200, and I do have 16 observations. Okay, so just looking at this, basically which one has the highest number, right? Because that's where most of our monthly electricity cost is going to be concentrated, and it's going to be between 100 and 180, because between there I do have 18 observations. So I click D, 120 and 180, I check my answer, and that is correct. All right, and that's how you do construct, that is how you construct the frequency distribution and a percentage distribution.